welcome to Those Yorkies times 3. My name is Kenisa, and today what we're going to be discussing is what made me decide to get Yorkies, and 3 Yorkies at that. Not 1, not 2, but 3. So before we get into the video, please remember that I am taking all questions. If you want to know anything about me or the dogs, you can email those to me at thoseyorkies3@yahoo.com. You can message us on Instagram at thoseyorkies3, or leave a comment below, or message me on YouTube. Either platform you feel most comfortable with, please do so. And then this Friday coming up, I will have a video answering all you guys' questions. Alright, so getting into the video. I would like to just kind of start with the history of dogs with me. When I was in preschool, we got a Rottweiler, and we named her Princess. Beautiful German Rottweiler. We loved her. I was a little bit afraid of her at the time because, you know, I love the dog, but I was at the same time afraid of her. But we just had so much fun with her. I have a picture of Princess and I when I was in preschool. My dad let me bring her to preschool, and my friends got to see her and pet her. I will insert a little picture of baby Kenisa in here so you guys can see what Princess looks like. So anyways, we had Princess and we loved her, and one day we were coming home, and I'm not exactly sure how it worked or what happened or how Princess was out, but long story short, Princess was stolen, and we were devastated. I mean, we cried for we cried for a long while. Like, we were just devastated. Our Princess was taken, and my dad and my mom, they were devastated. My dad, no lie, went down the streets looking for Princess, trying to find her because she was just a little puppy. Obviously, she couldn't defend herself, and it was even now when I think about it, I get a little bit sad because that was my first dog, and I mean, we loved her, and you know, that was our responsibility. We were responsible for feeding her. We were responsible for cleaning up her poop, and she would chase us around and we would have fun. So in that short little bit of time, we had grown very attached, obviously. And my dad, you know, he looked for Princess. Obviously, somebody steals your dog. Of course, we didn't have her microchipped at that time, so if somebody steals your dog, it's kind of hard to get it back. And so after that, my mom, she went from working in an office to doing home daycare. And if anybody knows anything about home daycare, it's very difficult to have a licensed daycare with animals. So we were not able to get animals. So from, how old was I? From early elementary school till I turned 16, we weren't allowed to have any pets in the house because it was just easier for my mom. Not saying it's not possible, because there's plenty of people that do daycare and they have pets, but you just got to do a little bit more of the, I guess, like a red line, the tape, no. You just got to do a little bit more work to have a dog when you have a daycare. So when we moved from where we were staying and my mom decided to no longer do daycare, we were able to get a dog, and my parents purchased a Bouvier. Now, at that time, I was like, nope, I don't want a dog. I don't care for dogs. It's not my thing. At that point, I had grown to have a fear of dogs. I didn't want to be around dogs. I didn't want dogs to touch me. I didn't want to touch them. I just didn't want anything to do with it. So I didn't even have anything to do with the Bouvier they got. I was like, nope, not for me. I'm not a dog person. I'm afraid of dogs. I don't want dogs near me. I don't want to touch dogs. I used to fear like picking them up, what their bones and stuff, their bellies felt like, and things like that. And I carried that with me from 16 to, how old is Marley? Like 21 or so? Maybe more than 21, like 22. Marley, got Marley 4 years old. I'm about to be 2. Yeah, 22. So what made me decide to get a dog is I was watching Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I saw Kim Zolciak with her dog Chanel, and it made me want a dog. I'm like, oh my god, I love this dog. She's so cute. I think it was a Pomeranian. So I started discussing it with my roommate. I was like, hey, you know, I kind of want a dog. Would you mind? And my roommate was like, heck no, I don't want a dog. I'm not for that. You know, we both agreed that we didn't like dogs, and we decided to move in together. But I was persistent. I'm like, yo, I really want a dog. So I started looking up, I think Kim, her dog's name was Chanel. I think it was a Pomeranian. So I started looking up different Pomeranians. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get a dog. I'm going to get one. And I wanted something that was going to be little and small and cute, you know, those little generic things that people think of when they think of getting a tiny dog. And I wanted all of those things. So while looking at the Pomeranians, I had never even heard of a Yorkshire Terrier, to be quite honest with you, until a few years ago. Like, because I just wasn't even into dogs. I'm still not into cats. Like, I can't do anything with cats. But anyways, so I'm looking at the Pomeranians, and I come across, I think it was like a Yorkie Pom or something. It was a mixed breed. So then I started looking at Yorkies, and I'm like, I love these. Like, they're so cute. You know, I went into dog owning very generically, you guys. I just was going for looks. I just wanted a cute little dog, so I went into this all wrong. Very, 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 what's that word? Can't think of the word, but you know. I went into it just going off of looks. What is that word? Anyways, so I stumbled across the Yorkie Pom. Then I saw a Yorkie Poo. So I'm on a search for a Yorkie Poo. I'm like looking. Couldn't find one. So then I was like, well, let me just try a Yorkie. So literally before I got a dog, I was looking for months trying to find a Yorkie. And then their price point, I was like, oh my God, I didn't realize dogs were this expensive. I'm thinking, oh, a couple $100, I'll get a dog. Little did I know, most Yorkies start off at $1,000+ to purchase, especially if it's a teacup Yorkie and not a toy or a regular size Yorkie that's going to get about 8 or 9 pounds. If you're looking for that teacup, 5 pounds and below, they start off very expensive. Very. So it was me searching, and I couldn't find a reputable breeder, and I couldn't find a website that I trusted. A lot of these places were like, oh, send your money and we'll airplane the dog to you. And not to say there's plenty of places like that are true and honest and they do what they say they're going to do. But I was just so nervous because that's a good chunk of change that I was just shoveling. And I wasn't comfortable doing that without having a dog exchange in my face. So I really wanted to be something local to where I would be able to get the dog as soon as I gave the money. So just randomly one day I was at home from work after I'd been looking for a couple of months, honestly, and I was getting, you know, if you don't know me, but one thing about me is I can get very impatient. When I want something, I want it then and I want it now. I'm working on that, by the way. So I stumbled across a website. What was it called? I'll leave the website below, but the breeder no longer breeds. But I stumbled across there and I called her. And she had, and I wanted a little boy at the time. So she had a male Yorkie that was 13 weeks, and his name was Zach. And I was like, 13 weeks. I really wanted it. At 8 weeks, I could see it come from like a teeny little baby to like a bigger dog. But she was talking to me about him, and she was letting me know that he was meant for breeding. He was a breeder dog. They called him a stud. And she purchased him from another breeder. Because she was going to have him breed with her other Yorkies that she had, but she had decided to not continue with the breeding, and so she was trying to find him, of course, a good home. So I was like, I don't know. So I was like, let me see a picture. So she sent me a picture of him, and I think I still have the first picture that she sent me in Marley, and I will insert it somewhere. The first picture I ever saw of Marley, and I just fell in love. I was like, oh my God, I love him. That's my dog. I love Zach. So I had called on a Thursday, and we made arrangements to meet I think that Saturday. But with me, obviously I'm impatient and I wanted him that day. So I went to the bank. I got the money out. I didn't have anything, you guys. Like, I know I made the video on how to care for your pet. I'll leave that in the cards above. And I say, you know, have an area, have your dogs, you know, where you want them to poop, where you want to pee, have their bowls, and have this, that, and the third. I didn't have one thing dog in my house. I didn't have one toy. I didn't have one thing. So all I had was, I went to the bank, and I got the money out. I was very unprepared. Don't do it like I did. So I waited for my roommate to get off, and we drove. It was about a 2-hour drive to go pick up Marley, and then we got there about 7, which is another thing is a little sketchy because we went to her house. But you know, she was, oh my God, best first time breeder ever. So when I got there It was dark, and she didn't live in like a neighborhood. She lived like in a cabin off this dirt road, but it was a beautiful cabin. Like the walls were like logs. It was really nice, very clean, smelled lovely, beautiful home. It was an older lady, and she sat there and she talked with us for a while, and you know, she kind of knew that we didn't have a clue what we were doing. So she has filled out the contracts, and I saw Zach, who's Marley, of course, walking around, and I was nervous to even pick him up. I didn't even know what to do. Like, I'm like, why am I even here spending this money getting this dog, and I'm afraid to even pick this dog up. So she we filled out the contract, and she was telling us, you know, giving us different bits of advice, give him honey, do this, that, and the third. And she saw that we came with nothing, you guys, absolutely nothing. So she gave me this crate for him. She gave me a blanket for him. She gave me pee pads to take home that he had been using, and she gave me a baggie of food that he was used to. And thank God for her. And she also gave me a toy, a parting toy to take with him. Thank God for her. She was a blessing. She was so nice, and she answered all of our questions. So I picked up Marley, who was Zach at the time, and I was literally holding him like this. I didn't even know how to hold him. It was so awkward. And she saw that, and she like helped me through whatever. So then we left, and on the way home, like, we had Marley in like a little box. Because I had a box in the back of my car from when I was in college, holding college books. So I had him in the box, and we were like afraid to touch him. Got home, and gave him a bath that night, and it was a Thursday. And then we all just slept out in the living room because I was afraid to take him to my bedroom. I didn't want him pooping and peeing everywhere. So then I had tried to put him in his crate for the night, and he whined. So of course, me being the sucker I took him out. And so the next day, I was able to get him into vet and got him checked within 24 hours. And he was kind of, when I got Marley, he was cute, but I was still kind of on the fence, like, is this a good decision? Did I make the right choice, you know? So I went ahead and got him groomed. And if I didn't know then, as soon as he came out of that groomer, oh my God, I just fell in love. I'm going to insert a picture of Marley the day we got him back from the groomer. He was the cutest dog I ever did see, and that was it. I was hooked. I fell in love. I took him over to meet my dad. My dad fell in love with the dog. And oh my God, I love Marley. Oh, still love him too now. But yeah, I was just like, I love this dog. This is the best dog. And he is such a good dog. And I took him to training, and when I first got him, I was working 12-hour shifts, and sometimes I could be there for 17 hours a day. So was paying somebody to sit with him until my roommate would get home, because she worked 8-hour shift. And I was paying somebody to even sit with him and stay with him throughout the day. Then I decided he needed a sister. So I called the breeder back just to see if she knew of anybody that was breeding, and she had her old partner had a female dog, and that's how I came across my little Zoe Chanel, who I just fell in love with. I will insert some cute little puppy pictures of Zoe. She was the cutest little puppy you ever did see. And her and Marley at first did not get along that well, but then they started to really mesh. And then Bailey came along. So now I'm those Yorkies times 3. So that is just the story, guys, of what made me get dogs, what got me into dogs, and why I chose Yorkies. I definitely hope you enjoy. I guess this is kind of a story time, but not really. I don't know what you would call this, but I hope you enjoyed whatever this video was to you. Please do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Bye, guys.